I'm back. She's back. Yeah. You know that TikTok now? No? Okay. Oh my gosh, this feels like it's been so long. Like I'm acting a little rusty. But anyways, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, I had the twins. I feel like so much has happened. I don't even know where to start. But I took some time off to obviously adjust to my new reality. I had the girls. They were in the NICU. One was in the NICU for a week, the other one for a week and a half. And then a few days after I delivered, my son actually started school. For the first time, he's 3 years old. He's this little bitty little thing. I can't believe I let him go to school, but it's actually made things a lot easier for us. Just adjusting to everything, because I can't imagine having all three here. Anyways, so he started school, then caught every illness, virus, whatever known to man. So then it was like keeping him and them apart so that my little 5-pounder wouldn't get sick. Anyways, and then my husband was also home for 3 weeks, and we don't get a lot of consistent family time like that. So obviously I wanted to enjoy that. Sorry, I got a call. Anyways, so I obviously wanted to enjoy him, like our family time with all of us together. So yeah, I've just been in the moment for this past like month or so. And now today is Monday. My son is at school. My husband is back at work. And so now it feels like we're back to our normal. So I was like, yeah, let me go back to my little YouTube dream life. What else? I'm obviously a little sleep deprived. These bags, they're not cute. They're not cute, but it's nothing coffee can't fix. So I'm gonna make myself a coffee, because these nights have been rough. But I mean, they're like the typical rough, like newborn stage rough. Like I remember going through this with my son, so I don't think it being two is worse. That's another thing. If you're pregnant with twins and you're telling people like, oh yeah, I'm having twins, and you run into the Debbie Downers that are like,
good luck, or your life is about to be really hard, or whatever.
don't believe them. Or it could be. I don't know what your situation is. But for instance, for me, I was like, it has been surprisingly easy. Like actually very similar to a singleton, because nothing has been that crazy from my son. Like it's been actually very chill. They are not fussy babies at all, neither of them. And they do have different personalities, I can already tell. But yeah, no, it has been super chill. Now, of course, you're still up every 2 or so hours, and that's why I need the coffee. But as far as like it being so much harder, it's not. So I really hope that that's the same thing for you if you're pregnant with twins. I hope it's not as bad as you are mentally preparing for, because I know I was. So it has been a very pleasant surprise. Yeah, 1 second. But yeah, what else? I've been breastfeeding or pumping. I can't breastfeed because they're still little. One of them is, the last time we were at the doctor, was still under 5 pounds. And then the other twin she is closer to 7 pounds. They're pretty significant difference in their size, which is a little funny, but not. So we have to track how much they're eating, which is really hard to do if you're breastfeeding. So they've been bottle feeding, which I'm not too mad at, because with my son it was rough. And now, and I can have more help. like my mom comes or my mother-in-law comes and everyone's able to help like grab one and I grab the other. So it actually, maybe that's one of the reasons why it's also been easier. Breastfeeding twins, I know I've seen videos of it like on TikTok and other places that some people make it look really easy, but that I feel like I'm scaring myself into thinking that I feel like is really hard. I don't know. So I'm not too mad at the fact that I'm not directly breastfeeding. I'm just pumping. And you know what? I think it's because I'm also sensitive. Like with my son, I got mastitis and pretty bad. Like I had like a really bad fever, the aches, the everything. I had every symptom. With them, I have also gotten like what I think was like borderline mastitis already twice. So I don't know, maybe that's another reason why I'm like, I like pumping or breastfeeding because of the benefits of it. Like I went basically straight to formula with my son because breastfeeding did not work out. And I kind of had like, as it is, you know, as a mom, like you feel guilty for everything. So I feel like people were making me feel bad because I wasn't breastfeeding, but I've learned that like you're gonna do what's best for you, what you can handle, not only physically but mentally. And it's hard, especially when they're like cluster feeding or like they went through periods where they were eating every hour. So it's just a lot. If you're a mom, you know. So yeah, I'm just gonna do what I can handle for as long as I can handle it. But after those two separate like situations where I was like, is this gonna be mastitis? Because that sucks. And I was already like, and I'm super dramatic, so I was like crying. I was like, I don't want to go through this. Like I really just don't want to go through this. And I almost quit and I went straight to formula. But then I was like, all right, girl, calm down. So we'll see how long I can stick it out or how long I can handle it. But yeah, that's that. I still have a month and a half left of maternity leave. I try not to think about it because that does not seem like long at all. Like this past month and stuff flew by. Completely, I blinked, we're here. And so I can't even imagine. And they've already started like, you know, you go to the store and there's like the Halloween decorations, and here in Houston we have like the zoo and we do the zoo boo, and I was already like looking at tickets for my son and like for all of us as a family, my nieces and nephews, and I was just like, oh my gosh, by the time you know it, it's gonna be Halloween. And that's when I go back to work and I'm just not ready. I can't even think about it. So support my YouTube channel so I can quit my job. No, but yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot. So, but that's pretty much the only like real crazy thing I have going on. The C-section recovery wasn't terrible this time. I stayed for as long as I could at the hospital. I did have to get an iron transfusion. That was a little scary. The day after I delivered, I remember I was like, you know, I wasn't really walking. I would walk on because they want you to, but for the most part, I was like in the bed in a wheelchair to go to the NICU and stuff. And I remember I was like, I felt drunk. Like that's like the best way I can describe it. Like, you know, when you're just kind of like, ooh, like, oh, I'm there, you know? And it felt that way. Like I was like, or I felt like I had to close my eyes. Like I was that tired, but we didn't even go through they weren't even in the room with us. So it's not like we were doing like late night feedings and stuff. Like we were getting some pretty good sleep compared to what it could have been. And yeah, so they ended up checking my blood, they did some blood work, and yeah, my iron levels were super low. Like they were like, we need to give you an iron transfusion now. So that was fun. Did that. Where was I going with that? Just how you know I'm just a yapper. I don't even know where I was going with that. Well, anyways, that happened. Other than that, I feel like it was pretty... Oh, C-section recovery. Right, that's what That's what I was talking about. That's how you know I just talk. Anyways, yeah, stayed there for as long as I could. I'm getting closer to the 6 weeks mark of postpartum, and I feel good. I feel like I could start, working out if I wanted to, like slowly. We converted our garage into a gym, which is usually where I was working out before, which is I have a pretty good setup in there. So when I'm ready, I think I'll slowly start. But yeah, it was definitely worth staying for as many days as I did. My husband stayed with me the whole time, so having that help really obviously helps. And like I mentioned before, we have a big family, so there was always somebody there or available to be there. And even now with the girls, like my sister is actually thinking of quitting her job so she can be here. She's young, no kids, no anything, so she's able to do that now. And I'm obviously being a bad influence, and I'm like, quit your job. Maybe I'll quit mine too. But anyways, yeah, so I'm feeling better. And the weather's gonna start getting better, so I think I'm gonna start doing some park runs or walks. We have some really great parks here in Houston, so I think I'm ready to start taking them out and just do stuff like that. Not really be around a lot of people, but be out. Yeah. So she's moving. What time is it? See, time flies. You feed them and then you start doing something, and then by the time you know it, it's time to feed again. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it helps like the day fly by, but at the same time I'm like, the days are flying by. Like I just put up their preemie clothing because they don't fit in it anymore. Like they're a newborn now. And it's just, I don't know. Anyways, so I'm back on YouTube and fully open to any video suggestions, like what you guys want to see from me or hear from me now. If y'all have any questions on stuff that I know, I'm just like, I just turned on my camera and I just started talking. Didn't really lay this out really well. So I'm sure there's things that I haven't talked about that maybe y'all want to hear about, or yeah. I mean, now that I think about it, I'm like, it feels like a blur. I don't even know what else I failed to mention or need to mention or want to talk about. But I just wanted to start back up and start making videos again. So yeah, let me know what y'all want to see. And like always, subscribe, like, watch, share, anything else. But yeah, I'll be hopefully posting twice a week if I can think of what to talk about. That's why, help me. But yeah, I will see y'all in my next video. I'm happy to be back. Bye.